Hello, everybody. How are you guys? Oh my goodness. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Laquita. How are you? Hey, Tina. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ah, man, what a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day when I get to create with all of you. And I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for joining along. It's been a crazy couple of days from my hard drive being corrupted and trying to figure out how to. My gosh, I thought I lost so many footage, and I have been working on like a lot of videos for companies, and so I thought that I lost all my footage like that, and I'm like, it was so crazy. And then my dad and my sister is just not doing well, so there's just so many things happening. Hey, Christy, hello there. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Hello, Christy. All right, guys. So yeah, my soul need this today, and so I'm so happy that you're here. But before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to Faber-Castell USA, to the wonderful team at Faber-Castell USA. Thank you for sponsoring our weekly classes. Thank you for supporting creativity in a way that you guys do. I mean, you guys are the best. So to everyone watching this, please do make sure to give some love to Faber-Castell USA on social media, wherever you guys are. I'm sure that they're there. So please show them some love and let them know that you have been enjoying our weekly classes. So, all right. So for today's class, look at what we have here. Ta-da! I wanted to really play because the last couple of days I have been doing things and contents for other people, if that makes any sense, So I have been creating content, creating classes, and of course I do love it. I do love every single thing that I do, but sometimes you want to do something for yourself, right? Let me know in the comments if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, so today I really want to explore with you. I did pull out some gesso in here. If you do not have the gessos, don't worry, but I just wanted to quickly show you guys what it's going to look like, what the art crayons will look like with a primed surface, and if not primed surface, because this is one of the questions I always get asked, is that, hey, Lay, or we talked about this last week also, kind of like, hey, Lay, if I don't prime my surface, will it still be okay? And look at this cute little ghost. Come on. So, I mean, that's what I want to do with all of you today. And of course, we're going to do some lettering and we're going to do some background with the art crayons. Hey, Angie, how are you, Angie? I hope you're doing well. Okay, in front of me also, I'm using the dilutions journal. I believe that this is an 8x8. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just creeping it real. And then we have the Hocus Pocus in there. This is a ledger journal. I got this one from Michael's. So I'm just going to put it over here on the side. And then I also pulled out some art crayons, the colors, because I wanted to quickly show you guys, just in case you're wondering, what fun colors that you can use for Halloween. And I have different finishes from different sets because the art crayons are available in different sets. We have pastel, we have the brights, we have metallics, and then we have iridescent 1 and iridescent 2. So let's pull out some blues also. So some blue color as well, so you guys can see. All right, so first, of course, we're going to start with the metallic icing. This is just the white metallic color, like that. Oh, this one, I don't know what happened to my tube. Oh, there we go. And then if you look at the lunar, this is the lunar color. This one is from the iridescent. You're going to see that it's like slightly tinted because the iridescent, they have the mica powder. So they have this, it's going to have this purple undertone. So last week I showed you guys what it looks like, especially the iridescents. The iridescents, they look different on a white surface than on a darker surface, like a black paper. So the white metallic is really fun. And if you have the bright set, then you should have the coconut, which is just a plain white. So these are the 3 whites that are available in our crayons. We have plain white, which is coconut, and then metallic, we have metallic icing, And then we have the lunar from the iridescent set. So as you can see, I'm like, oh, they all look just white. No, the other one is just plain white, more of just like a stark matte white. And then the metallic icing will have that white metallic to it. And then the lunar will have a purple undertone. So it's lovely. It's so lovely. And then another color that's nice to have would be the amethyst. It's very pretty. It's like a light lavender, you know, an amethyst color. And that's the name. But it's so lovely. And then another one would be the metallic grape. Metallic grape is so beautiful also. It's just this gorgeous. I wonder why, did we use this last week or I believe we did. Or no, we used the galaxy last week. So the deeper purple would be the galaxy color from the lunar. So this is from the metallic. That's what I was wondering last week, is that I'm wondering, is the galaxy from the metallic set? Okay, so the metallic grape is from the metallic set. Got it, got it. And then the galaxy is from one of the iridescent set. I just can't believe, I can't remember if it was the galaxy 1 or 2. And then the deep one was the black hole that we used last week. We might use that again this week. And then this week, let's use a metallic grape, right? And then for just a matte and from the bright set would be the raspberry color. It's gorgeous also. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So pretty. Okay, and then for the pinks, you have the pink sapphire, which we used last week. And then we have the lavender color. This one. So gorgeous. I always think of this like a light magenta. So pretty. Okay, let's try to do that. Let's just so we have different ones. We used the amethyst last week. We're not going to use that. Let's use the lavender this week, and let's use the metallic grape. We're not going to use the pink sapphire. We used that last week. And then for the blues, this is one of my favorite colors. This one is from the pastel set. This is the elderberry. I love that gorgeous color. And then this one is a very pretty blue. These are both from the metallic set. We have metallic blueberry. The metallic blueberry is part of the Galaxy lettering kit. That's gorgeous, one of my favorites. That's why I was there, because I love it. And then the metallic mint as well. Love. I think these are the color from the Galaxy lettering. We have the pink sapphire, we have metallic mint, and metallic blueberry. As you can see, I love these colors a lot. Okay, so should we put a little bit of blue? I think so. I think so. Let's do a little bit of metallic blueberry. You know, I know. Okay, now we'll have this on the side. All right, what I'm going to do is I want to prep the left side of my journal. And then we're going to I'm going to prep the right side. We're going to keep this one without any gesso. So when it comes to gesso, there's different, there's a clear gesso, there's a white gesso, and then there's a black gesso as well. So you can use black gesso, you know, if you want some black surface. But I'm going to use the clear gesso. Clear gesso can be a little bit more gritty. You know, it has a bit more tooth to it. So I'm going to use the clear gesso. If you have like a silicone brush, that would be perfect actually. But I don't have it in front of me, so I'm just going to use this long bristle one that I have. And I'm just going to apply it. And then if you have like a heat gun, you know, you can just use a heat gun. So it'll dry faster. Just don't get too close to the surface, to your paper, because what's going to happen is that the gesso, when it gets too hot, it's going to start bubbling up. Well, I suppose if you want like added texture, yeah, feel free, you can do that, you know, because the gesso is going to start bubbling. But if you don't want any of that, then try not to get too close to your paper. Yes. How's everybody doing today? You guys know the last 2 days, it's been really, really nice outside. And I am here in Texas, so we don't really have that beautiful fall. So that's the last couple of days have been such a really nice day. Okay, and then we also need some baby wipes. If you have baby wipes, paper towels, always so handy to have. I always have a paper towel. close to me and also a baby wipes. It's just nice to clean. I like to clean as I'm creating, you know. I don't know. It's been crazy. Sarah, that's good. That's really good to hear. Really good to hear. I have been busy, but I have been well. Personally, I've been well. But like what I've said, you know, my dad and my sister are not doing so well health-wise, but we're staying positive and we're staying very tight as a family because that's all you can do in a, you know, moment of crisis. This one right here is from Ranger. I got this one a long, long time ago and it's still working. It gets really hot, but it's not so loud. Some heat tool are like super loud. Thank you so much, Sarah. Yeah, she's getting, they're doing a procedure, a surgery on her. So next week or this week, hopefully by the weekend, she's in the Philippines. So I will send her your love, guys. I will send her your love. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa, my love. All right. And then you can just kind of like touch it and see if it's still wet. Yeah, I can feel it. You're definitely going to feel that grit. Now, why do we use gesso? First of all, because if you're using a cardstock or a paper that's not so thick enough to use lots of moisture or water, it's nice to use some gesso because basically you're adding a coat on top of the paper. So your inks, your, you know, whatever medium you're using will not get absorbed directly by the paper. Second one is that the gesso as a base will make your paints, your colors much, much brighter. So, and you're going to see that over here later. Okay, I think it's dry. I think we're good. Thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. Yeah, with my dad too. I think he might end up getting a surgery also. So, you know, it doesn't feel good getting old, doesn't it? I don't like it. Okay, so we're gonna try and do, okay, I'm gonna want to make sure that it's in the middle. Let's do the lavender color first. I'm just gonna do circle. Let's just with the circle. And then we'll do a circle here. And I feel like I needed more product in here than in here. Did you see me kind of like doing more swirls there? I should have counted. I didn't count. Okay, but we're going to see. And then I'm just going to do both fingers. Okay. And then we're just going to start blending. See the difference of the colors of your art crayons when it's primed and when it's not primed? That's crazy. And then this one, you can really see the scribbles where we applied. Let me zoom in just so you guys can see better. You can really see the scribbles where we applied all that gesso, all the art crayons. Here we're just going to go spread it out and look how much brighter the colors are when it's primed. I'm going to go try and blend it out. See, I cannot. That's the blend that I can do with that. Because already the paper absorbed all that art crayons and all that moisture from the water. With this one, I can keep going and see because it has that primed gesso. So when I get asked, is it important? Is it necessary? I always say, you know what? It's not. You can go without it, but it's nice if you do because it is another step, you know, prior. But like anything, if you want to create a beautiful project, then I would suggest having gesso first and prime your first layer. But if you're using like a sketchbook, just having fun in your journal, really you can go without it. And just you're just gonna have to sometimes blend a bit more, you know? So we just gotta work it a little bit more than usual. There. Wow, look at this metallic grape. Isn't this so beautiful? Oh, and this is what I like to do. I like to just put in a paper towel in between. I should have gotten to. Let me grab that. Sometimes a cardstock also will work. Just having like or like what do you call this? When you have, I used to laminate a cardstock or even an artwork and all that. I just laminate it and then I put it in between. That's kind of like my pencil board or, you know, art board, just to have like a separation from my pages. Oh, this one is still, look, I'm still being able to move my lavender color. It is a little gritty. I can feel it. It's kind of like, oh, there's like sand, like fine textures in there. And I'm just going to go side to side. I'm just going to try and blend everything. And then we talked about this last week also, that, you know, with the art crayons is that you can layer it. My paper is not super happy with me right now because it's like, I'm not a watercolor paper and you're giving me too much water to drink. It's like feeling it. I'm going to try and get like water in the cracks because sometimes it gets into the other pages. But when I'm doing mixed media, I really don't mind those things because it's like, it's a mess. When I'm doing mixed media, I have a couple of videos filmed this week. So I will upload that. I did a little bit of mixed media, decorating one of my plain notebook covers. I did use some stamps, some ink. So I will upload that here in the channel very soon. But there we go. Let's heat this up. Dry it. Who amongst all of you like to do mixed media? I mean, when I say mixed media, you know, that's one of the other things. It's like when we say mixed media, what is really mixed media? It's just like mixing media, using different mediums, you know, acrylics, even pencil and markers, or even markers and alcohol markers. Is that still mixed media? Yeah, because you're mixing media, a water base and a pigment ink, you know, so those things. But when I say mixed media, I think it's one of those things where it's just like a lot of products. So I'm doing inking, you know, I'm doing acrylic paints. I love it. I have modeling paste, and I was just guilty, you know, after lots of work yesterday. I was like scrolling and just shopping again, adding to cart, add to cart. I think that's one way to relax. I think it's my sleepy time. You know, when I was young, I'm like, I listened to music. Now I just kind of like add to cart, add to cart. I never check out anyways, but I should check out soon because I'm needing some modeling paste. And so I'm looking at different, I love shopping at a Cherry on Top. So that's one of my go-to store. I love supporting small businesses. So they're like a family owned. Their mom started their shop, this store, and the kids, they continued it because, you know, what they said, it's like, it's not just the business, but it's their mom's legacy. So um, just in case you need some art supplies, you need stationaries and craft supplies, it's a cherryontop.com. So I really love them. But anyways, so I love doing mixed media, and I would love to know if you guys would like to see more of that, more mixed media project. But I'm almost done with our holiday shenanigans. We're definitely going to have a fun December. We're going to have a fun crafty December. I can't wait to share that with all of you. I'm going to share that on my Patreon. So if you would like to check out the Patreon, you can join there for free. There's a lot of posts that's available for public consumption. And there, of course, there are a lot of exclusive also for just the paid Patreon members as well. But yeah, I can't wait. That's gonna be fun this December. Okay, so this is your first layer. As you can see, it's not as bright. It's not as opaque as we would like because we used a lot of water. I did use a lot of water. So this time we're gonna start slowly adding in more color. But instead of a lot of water, I'm gonna try to do more smudging and a little less water. You know, you can always use a round brush to blend it. And this one you have a bit more controlled water, right? So if you want to do like this. But I really like that strokey look that I get when I'm smudging the art crayons. And I'm not going to use too much water this time. I'm just going to go be gentle like that. And I'm just doing left to right, just like that. Moving the pigments just like this. Like that. I really love those. Like, you know what? I should really have my thing in here. So this one's better. I should change my angle of my camera because sometimes it's really hard to see with the glare. Now you can see it much better. All right. Like that. I think I've moved too much of the pigments right there, but it's going to be okay. I can just add a bit more later. Love that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now, my problem is going to be when I use gesso like this, and I know I'm going to use like brush pens later on. My problem with that is the grit. The grit is not so nice to my fiber pens, you know, because it has a lot of tooth, it has a lot of texture. So we're losing that smooth surface, and it's not the, you know, easiest to your fiber pen. So that's the only thing. That's why sometimes you just really got to go, is it worth it? Do I really need it that much? I should just, you know, I am just going to layer. If you need a little bit more opaqueness, more opacity in there, I'll just add more product instead of using the gesso. Again, because it is a bit more gritty, a bit more toothy in that way. But if you're not going to use any brush pens, then you don't have to worry about that. Oh, I love this one. I already love it. I'm going to add more metallic grape in here. Just a bit more here. Like that. And then use our finger in here. I do have a special package came in the mail today. My friend Lisa sent me something. I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to be so present when I open the package. Because I was doing some work earlier and I didn't want to open it and just kind of like not be in the moment. So I'm going to open it later after dinner. Thank you, Lisa. You guys are so sweet. Like that. I love it. Like I want to add just a little bit diluted this one. I feel like I'm trying to question myself now if I like the gessoed or not gesso. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to do a bit here so I can see. See that one. And we'll just test it. Ooh. See, this one already did. But you just have to work a little faster, you know, when you don't have the gessoed surface. It's still okay. Yeah, but you can see where the water, where the paper absorbed all that. Oh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Interesting. Let's add a little bit more metallic grape in here. Do I not have any more? Ooh, running out. Running out. Now for the brush pen that we're going to use, you can decide whichever brush pen you have in there. I did bring out my sketch markers again. I also pulled out some of the PITT Artist Pens. Brush. Ooh, this one I added too much water. You can already feel it. I'm just going to go left and right, okay? Because we want the eyes to not be Hold on. I'm trying. I'm lifting the color. So I'm like, wait a minute. I want the ice to just go back and forth like this, because sometimes that's when it starts getting confusing. And I have to remind myself that when I'm doing some sort of mixed media, because especially with my patterns, when I'm adding patterns, and I'm like, oh, I forgot, I should just keep, if everything's going horizontal, I myself like to just keep things horizontal, if that makes any sense. It doesn't have to be one way. I always say, you got to know the rules so you can break them. I think that's the way to go about that. It's kind of like with jazz music. You got to know the rules and how to do jazz so that you can do jazz. That means breaking all that rules. All right, and then I'm just adding lunar. I want to see what it's going to look like on top of this, if it's even going to show up. Oh, wow. I'm like squeezing everything in here. Lots of products on the sides too. All right, let's see. Oh, it lightened it up. Okay. That's nice. I'm afraid that's too much product though. So I'm just going to go smudge it the best I can. I have worked on acrylic. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have Mr. Bear over there on the back. I did film a class for Michael's, and I don't normally use acrylic paints for painting. I just use it for my mixed media projects, creating backgrounds and all that. When I did that painting, boy, did I enjoy it. That was so much fun. We're gonna have to do that again also, so because that was really fun. I love it. Yeah, the lunar light and things, and it looks so cute. Let me see. Looky. So I filmed the class. It should be available at Michael's, the Learn with Michael's website. But this one was so much fun. So I painted it on a wood panel. So I don't know when they're going to have the video up, but it's been submitted. I'm excited for you guys to see that. I'm trying to find if I have like a little cooler. I know I do. My other favorite. Oh, Aqua Dolce. This one is so pretty. This one is more like minty color. Oh my gosh, I don't have any more Aqua Dolce. Thanks, Laquita. I know, I was so happy because I don't work with acrylics a lot. So I was like, I was, of course, doubting myself. I'm like, faker, you don't even know what you're doing. But I practice so much more. So I did a folk bird. Here is it. I'm trying to over there too. But I practice with like folky type of art with those winter birds, and I enjoyed it so much. And I'm like, I think I can do better. So I had to film the class twice because I wanted to learn more before I can share, right? So because the things that I have learned through my practice is what I always share through my classes. It's like a personal experience when I'm doing classes. All right, guys, I don't like that I'm lifting the colors. I haven't used a gesso for my art crayons for a long time, but I'm lifting some of the colors and that is not making me very, very happy. I wonder if it's better to use like a baby wipes once you have everything, because I'm really not happy with how the colors are lifting. Even some of the colors are lifting in there. Good thing. This type of art requires a lot of these strokey kind like that. That's no good. You guys are probably doing so much better than me because you don't have the gesso surface. And all of my colors are lifting. What? That's not very fun. I added just the Aqua Dolce just to kind of like lighten some of the, oh Lord, we don't have any more Aqua Dolce. Just add it here. I'm going to use a baby wipes in here. Let's see, because I told you we're going to experiment today. So whatever Aqua Dolce I have left, poor Aqua Dolce. Let's do that. And then I'll use a baby wipes just so we can see, or even a blending brush. You guys have a blending brush? Parts where the colors are lifted is where I'm going to put the aqua dolce. Like that. It's pretty though. Gosh, I love the art crayons. Okay, where's my baby wipes? Baby wipes. Baby wipes. I'm going to be gentle with the baby wipes just so we can see. Okay. Kind of scared. Let's see what it's going to look like. Am I lifting? The colors are still lifting, you guys. Maybe I should have heat set the art crayons. Maybe that would have helped. Not sure. All right, but it's okay. We're going to give ourselves grace, or I'm speaking more about me. The colors are like lifting in there. It's good because I don't want too thick of a product anyways, you know, so I really want to blend it. All right. I don't know if you should seal after you apply the art crayons, and if you want to do a bit more layer, if you used a gesso, I wonder if sealing it. So that's another thing with mixed media, is that understanding when to seal in between. And I just use like a Mod Podge to seal the bottom layer if I want to keep that bottom layer and not move it. I love using Mod Podge and then heat setting it just so that bottom layer won't move. Just a regular Mod Podge, nothing special. If you don't want it too glossy, then get the matte, you know. I think I'd like using satin finish because it's not too glossy. Sarah said she doesn't like adding too much water. Yeah, I think you know what? You're smarter than me there, Sarah. I think I added too much water, and so the colors are lifting. And let me go heat set this one and see if this is going to help us in any way. I don't know, but I love it. I love the colors. I'm thinking if I want to add some dark to this. And I'm thinking if I should use a blending brush. Blending brush, what are you? I know, Sarah. Don't add too much water. Don't add too much water. I feel like this is already dry, except for this part right there. All right. Ooh, those beautiful metallic finish. Can you guys see that? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love it. I don't know, because this is like, if this is like a lot of products over there. So this is the only part where I can see the metallic. I cannot see it anywhere. This one, maybe a little bit, but I think I've blended it too much, but it shouldn't be the case. Duh, why? Okay, please oblige me. I want to add another color, the iridescent, and see, I just want to see the sheen, because iridescent have this beautiful metallic sheen finish. I'm just going to damp my finger over there on my baby wipes. There you go. This one I can see it. You guys see that? See that glare? It's because of that metallic finish. That metallic finish. That one's better. So we're just going to add a little bit of that here as well. This is the amethyst color. See that? Amethyst, babe. We're just going to add it here. Gorgeous, huh? Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. I'll add a bit more. And then just putting my finger. Baby wipes. I lifted it again. What? What is happening with the baby wipes? Even with the baby wipes, it lifted. Okay, I'm done lifting the colors. I'm done. Don't get it to it. You're going to lift the colors. I don't like that. I'm going to put a bat in there. I'm going to put more sheen in here, but I'm not going to wet my fingers too much. Just a little bit. Just so I can smudge it. Maybe a blending brush would be better here. Yeah, but I love those metallic finish. That one is better. So much better. I feel better. So much better. Over here too. Okay. A little bit there. A little bit there. Okay, I'm good. Can you guys see where I applied it? And then this one also over here. Yes. I like that. I like it. Okay, I'm going to put this one because it's better if it's held up like this. And you know what? That's giving me a different... We should change our camera angle because I like this one better because it doesn't have too much glare from the light. It's either I change the angle of my camera or I change my lighting. That one. Yes, the amethyst color is so pretty. I'm going to grab some blending brush. Where is my blending brushes? Blending brushes. Okay, I have this one here. This should work. Okay, I have dark. I think this is what we used last week. I'm just going to clean it on the paper towel so I don't get any moisture. Yeah, sometimes I forget that. I clean it with the baby wipes, and then the baby wipes give it some moisture, and it's not good. Where's our black hole? Oh, there it is. From the iridescent, guys. This is what we used last week. It's so pretty, isn't it, Angie? Oops, 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 oops. Don't ruin it. I just want to add a little bit of dark in places. Not so much, not so much. Not so much, not so much. And we're just going to apply it directly on my blending brush. Let's see, because this one's going to give us a softer look instead of like applying it directly. Does that make sense? If we apply it directly onto the paper, it's going to give you a different result. Just blowing. I'm going to add in some areas and then doing the same motion. Just the right to left. Just like that. Look at this. It's already lifting. That's why I wanted to start there. Why is it lifting? Why? It's the gesso. That's why. This is my experiment. This is what you get, Lay, from experimenting. I should put Mod Podge. Okay, since I'm experimenting anyways, let me just keep experimenting. Let me apply that, and I'm going to Mod Podge this thing. Where's my Mod Podge? You ruined it. I don't like you. Should you like gesso again after? That's silliness. So let's seal it. Let's seal this with a Mod Podge then. I'm going to Mod Podge you. Here's my Mod Podge. It was on the floor. Okay. Let us Mod Podge this. Guys, we are doing a lot of things today. We're learning. I'm making the mistake. You guys are learning. Is that fair? It's okay. I'm willing to sacrifice for you. So, for the sake of our friendship, I will be the guinea pig. Yay. I think my brush is dry enough because I don't want to lift. And I'm wondering if the Mod Podge will lift it. Want to bet? So I'm just going to go gentle and not try to move it around too much. But I don't want the Mod Podge to be too thick as well, if that makes any sense. But I don't want to lift anything. Exactly. This is how we learn. But it's not fun so much when you're like, you know, when you created something so beautiful and you're like, no, I messed it up. But we're just having fun. This is just my art journal. She's nothing serious. We're learning, experimenting. So we want to go Mod Podge side, one stroke. Try not to have those bubbles. That's the only thing I am careful about are the bubbles, is that when you first apply the Mod Podge, when you have too much, too thick, it starts bubbling up. So far, so good. It is not lifting our art crayons. Great job, guys. I think this will solve our issue. Like this. You guys keep doing your blending in there until you're happy with your backgrounds. Don't mind me. Just gonna apply the Mod Podge. And I'm gonna heat set this. Do you guys like watching scary movies? Have you guys been watching scary movies? Rain and I went to the theater last weekend. When was that? Was it Saturday? I try not to work during the weekend, even though it's hard because I live here in my office. I love my craft room. So I'm just always here. But she wanted to watch, I think it was Black Phone 2. I enjoyed it. This is our second scary movie in the movie theater. The first one was just a couple of weeks ago. Was it last month, I think? We watched that last Conjuring, something like that. So this is a new thing for Rain and I, are watching a scary movie in the movie theater. It's so boring. No one's even screaming. I'm the only one. No one's commenting. No, really? I'm not gonna scare you. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything anyways. Right, make sure to wash your brush. Wash your brush because it gets sticky and then that brush is ruined. So clean your, oh no, sorry guys. We're not gonna talk about anything scary anymore. Okay, no scary movies. My son too, I'm like, son, did you want to go watch a movie with us? Oh, no way. He was like, no way, Mom. You guys enjoy it. He didn't want it. Ooh, it looks so pretty, you guys. I love it. Okay, one thing I noticed is that I'm going to go do this so you can see it. See how metallic the metallic grape is? How you can really see the metallic? And this one, we didn't see it other than the one on top where there was like a lot of buildup of the product. So that's one thing that I've noticed. And the second one where it kept on lifting, right? The art crayons kept on lifting no matter, how careful I was with my water and moisture. So, Sarah, you're not good at lettering. It's okay, love. You can, try and like draw a couple of bats or like a swarm of bats, like from here to go up to the bottom, to go from the bottom to go up to the top, where it goes starts little, play with your, play with the sizes of the bats. That's one way to do that. Or you can just letter your name. It doesn't have to be like perfect name or perfect hand lettering. You can just write the word boo, or you can use this as a background for your journal. I love doing that. And actually, next month is we're going to have like a 2-part class where the first part is where we're going to create like collages. So I'm telling you in advance so you can prepare your materials, because I haven't finished the pictures or anything like that. But try to find like vellum papers or like a rice paper, a tissue paper, something like soft, something like that. And then like old books, try to find like old books that you don't mind tearing and using. So we're going to create like fun backgrounds, fun patterns, fun collages, and then we're going to use it for the second part, and we're going to create like a mixed media type of journal spread. So I thought that would be really fun. And then we're going to personalize wooden ornaments. So that's coming as well. Yes, I like good. I'm happy. I love doing collages also. It takes a while. That's why we're going to do it in a two-part class, because just doing the collages alone will take us quite some time, you know. Look at this gorgeousness. Ah, it's so lovely. Okay, hold on. I don't know why I like saying the word lovely and then I will have the British accent. Or as my friends would say, a Cockney accent. My British friends. There. Yee! Oh, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. And it covered up that grit. Aha! Okay, so maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key. Now, I want to do what I was trying to do earlier, which is applying our black hole and see what shall happen. But I can see all the brush strokes from when we applied the gesso. I mean, not the gesso, gosh, the Mod Podge. And that's why it's important to have that silicone brush, because the silicone brush will give you like a very smooth, I don't like it already. I should have put it in my brush. So I'm doing a circular motion. I'm just trying to blend it. Ah, it's not gripping. And this is why we do experiments. I was a British person, then became Count Dracula. I don't like it. Look, it's not gripping at all. Hey, Cherry. Welcome. I'm just going to go erase it. Take it out. Take it out. Well, that's a good thing about Mod Podge, is that this is sealed. Whatever that we applied underneath, it's there. It is not moving. So the applying our crayons on top will not work. So we shall proceed to our next step. Hey, Carrie, no. You're just fine, love. Come join the fun. We're just experimenting. We've been experimenting with different steps. We Mod Podged this one. Not Mod Podge. We used gesso on this one, like a clear gesso, and then on the left we didn't use a gesso, and we saw how difficult sometimes it is to work the art crayons without the prime. But then we realized that when we gesso the surface, the art crayon started lifting after a couple of layers. I think I was doing like the third layer when it was lifting already. So, but now we've learned, and now I have Mod Podged. This is the correct one. I have Mod Podged it so that everything is sealed and it's not going to move. And I just tried applying more colors on top. It was not being very nice. Let's see if I would put it. I'm not going to give up. I just need to know if I would put it in the blending brush and start it doing this way. Let's see what it's going to do. Yeah, it's really just not, because the Mod Podge we've used, look, it's like, think of it as like your sealant, right? So you use a Mod Podge to seal things. So that definitely did not work, my friends. We're just going to go erase it again. Alrighty then. Now that we have learned our lesson and we did a lot of experiment, we are ready for our lettering. Whatever I have in here, I'm just going to put there. I didn't even have anything anymore. Alrighty. This is what I love to do in my journals also, is just I love adding colors so that the next time I'm going to do anything in here, it's not like a blank page anymore, and it's not so scary. I don't know if you're the same way. I like doing that. Once there's colors, I know you can cover it anyway, so I just put in color in there and I just kind of like go crazy. Just like that. And I'm going to cover it up later when I do another project. and I do not mind. Okay, let me just put away my art crayons. Alrighty, guys. What an experiment. That was fun. I really, really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Now we know what we didn't know in the beginning. So for our lettering, wait a minute. I did an illustration this morning. I sketched it last night and I finished it this morning. It's my Boo Crew. So it's so cute. I actually used a pastel pencil, and then I used the Mod Podge spray, which I've learned to not use too much of that because I had a little bit of lifting and it was not fun, but it still ended up okay. But I've learned my lesson there. I think I'm going to use my acrylic sealant spray better than the Mod Podge. I'm not going to use that anymore. Oh, no voice. What happened? Can you guys hear me? All right. Isn't it so cute? It's the Boo Crew. I love it. I love that so much. So I have been doing a lot of, this is what we did last week. Look at the difference of this one, because this one is a watercolor paper and we didn't even Mod Podge this piece. I mean, we didn't even gesso. Man, that gesso and Mod Podge is driving me crazy. Look, isn't that? Ah, so lovely. I love it. And then this one. I mean, it's, you know, it's a different look, but it's okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. Okay. For our lettering, I have the Goldfaber Sketch. I do have the Goldfaber Aqua. This is how you're going to see what's the difference, is that the Goldfaber Aqua, which is the water-soluble one, will be in gray. And then the alcohol markers it has a darker gray color, almost very similar to black already. So a cool tone gray. So this one. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder, why didn't they just do a different design, you know, but then they already have the barrel. Well, sometimes it's hard to see, and especially they're both the same. They are both dual marker. They have a 0.6 tip, and then they have a brush end. So just be mindful, light gray, water soluble, dark color, alcohol markers. All right. And then I also have, what do I have? This one is the Faber-Castell, the pen dual marker. These are PITT Artist Pens. This is not there. I gotta show you too, because then, okay. I thought it was like black. Sorry guys, I didn't want to confuse you. I wanted to get a black color so you can see it more, but sorry. I can't find a black one. Oops, 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 oops. I'm dropping everything. Anyways. No, what am I doing, Lay? Oh, here we go. There. All right. So they look very similar. Look at the colors. So this one is the PITT Artist Pens in dual pen, dual tip. This on top is their Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers. So this one is water soluble. This one is the India ink, right? So they're completely two different things. Why? Why is it so hard? Because look how similar they are. This one is different from here. This one is different from that. But I wanted to show you guys so you guys, you know, can understand that. All right. I want a black PITT Artist pen. Let's see. I'm gonna use a PITT Artist pen. Dark indigo. Okay, that works. Now, when it comes to lettering, I love using the Goldfaber Aqua dual markers. This one has a larger nib. I want to show you the difference from the PITT Artist Pen. The PITT Artist Pens are water-based India ink. The Goldfaber Aqua dual marker is a water-soluble, water-based dye inks, right? So So the PITT Artist Pen, they are waterproof once they're dry, but they're also water soluble. So when you're using it, and if you're fast enough, quick enough, you can actually blend it with a little bit of water. But once it dries, it's completely waterproof, and it has it's a high light fastness, which means that your art and your creations won't fade over time. It's going to take a long, long time. But look at the difference of the brush. You have a very small, fine nib of the PITT Artist pens, and then you have a much larger brush of the Gold Faber Aqua Dual markers. Now, the PITT Artist pens is more flexible. It's my favorite one to use when it comes to lettering, especially much smaller. But when I want to do the beautiful blending with water, then I always go for the Aqua Dual markers, you know. So when it comes to lettering, though, these two are my favorites. Okay. Happy Halloween. That's fine too, yeah. Okay, what am I going to write? What did I say I was going to write? Creeping It Real. I'm just creeping it real. Ooh, this was so much fun. Guys, I haven't finished this one yet. I told you I was going to do it, but I haven't done it yet. But, okay, I have 2 projects to do, and I'll do one video for that. Okay, so I'm just creeping it real. Let's see, where is... I'm going to do it. When it comes to brush lettering, there's 2 important things: upstroke and downstroke. Upstroke, this is when every time you go up and away from your body, this is when you go light. Think light as a feather. And you want to focus on the tip of the brush to create the beautiful thin strokes. So you go light and use the tip of the brush. That's your upstroke. Now, when you're doing downstroke, this is when it's really important that your hand, when the way you're holding your brush pen is angled, you know, relatively 45-degree angled like this, so you can use the tip in the body of the brush. So every time you would do right towards you, or you would write down, this is your downstroke, you do the opposite. You go slightly heavier, and you do flex a little bit of that brush nib so you can create a much thicker stroke. And I'm going to go slowly. I'm going to do I'm just. So start on top. I'm going to do, every time I would go up, I would go light and using the tip of the brush, light pressure. And every single time you do any type of hand lettering, you go do 1 stroke at a time. I don't do I like this. So that is when I'm writing a script, you know, I'm just writing regular handwriting. You go finish it like that. But when you're drawing your letters, like when you're doing brush lettering or any type of hand lettering, we do 1 stroke at a time. This is the top part of my letter I. Now I'm going to do the bottom. Did you hear that? Because I'm really flexing that brush, right? To create that thick stroke. 2nd stroke, 3rd, right? And if you want to go fix a little bit, want to connect that a little bit, feel free to go do that. Fix that a little also. Okay, so only upstroke and then downstroke. And then every time you do horizontal or the crossbars for your letter T, or even here, your loops for your letter J, letter G, you know, or the letter H, horizontal will be just light strokes. But sometimes I like to do this where at the end of my strokes, I'll thicken it a little bit just to add some visual interest to it. It looks prettier. All right, next one, I'm going to go down and I'm going to go apply some pressure. Oops. 2nd stroke. I go stop there. Down again. Up again. I'll just go fix it. I don't like lettering on a Mod Podge surface, just so you guys are aware. I don't normally letter on top of a Mod Podge. Ooh, it gives me this it's making those sound. Ugh, I don't like it. Okay, now we're gonna do our J. And notice that my letters go all over the place. This is what I call bounce lettering. Remember we talked about knowing the rules so you can break it. This is one of them. I go outside the lines when I'm doing my lettering. I don't go, make my X height just equal and the same. I like to do my loops a little bit down, swooping down below like this. Upstroke light and thin, downstroke thick and heavy. Upstroke light. And I really want you to pay attention to how little by little, one stroke at a time. And if you feel like, oh, doesn't have the same width or same thickness, then by all means go in there like this, what I'm doing right now, and I'm fixing it, making the strokes a bit more even, like that. And I'm going to do my crossbar up there, swoop down, going up, and I'm going to go thicken both of those ends, again, for that visual, artistic look. Of course, I'm not in the middle again. I'm going to make a bat here so it looks even. I like to do that. Creeping, I'm going to do the creeping in one big thing. So, up. Let's go and fix it. Like that. Cannot see. Now I have a glare. Like that. This color is dark indigo. Beautiful. I'm gonna do the loop. Oh, guys, I do not like lettering on a Mod Podge. Give this squeaky sound. You know how kind of like when your utensils scratchy on plate? That's what it's giving me right now. Or the chalk. I don't like it. There's so many things I've learned today. Okay. This is one thing. Write it big. Do not letter on a Mod Podge surface. Like that. Ooh, and I'm picking up some of that Mod Podge too on my brush pen. See, we're just doing one stroke at a time, one stroke at a time. Oops. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that squeakiness. It's no fun. I'm just creeping. I'm wondering if I want the word it. No, I'll just do it real here. And I'm going to do this. Apostrophe. Should we do spider instead of bats? Like that. Thicken it again. I'm going to bring up my letter E a little bit. So it's all about that connecting strokes. So see how I did my letter R in here, whoop, whoop, and then the connecting stroke is this part right here. So this part, not this one, sorry, I'm just making it even, the thickness. But this part right here is setting up my next letter, which is the letter E, right? I'm gonna go do my letter E, and then this again, this stroke right here, this is a connecting stroke. That's like setting up for the next letter. Do my letter A, and this time we're going to do our connecting stroke, which is for the letter L, right? Bring it down, and then I'm going to go bring this down just a little bit more, and then set up my letter L like that. And connect my letter L like that. It's all about that setting up that next letter. So that's so important. Like that. Love it. Now I'm going to make a bat, but I'm going to heat set this one first, just so it's completely dry before I smudge anything in here, because it's starting to look really nice. Now, if you have any metallic markers that you want to use for like stars, you know me, I love, what do I call them? I call them my fillers. I'm calling them my fillers. So I have silver metallic in there. And then all the fillers is what's going to help make it look like, especially the words I'm just. Should have made my I'm here, or should have made my just smaller. Those are the things that I could have done better in here. So I could have just started my word here a little bit more to the left, or seeing that my word I am is too big, I could have adjusted the word just and made it a bit, you know, smaller. But you know what? It is what it is. All right. So I am going to use my sketch markers for the bats. Let's draw the bats in here just so you can see it first. We're going to draw a letter U, right? If you want to connect it, it's like connecting the dots. Then we're going to add 2 triangles on top, just like that, right? And then you want to go half like an arch, just like this. And then you want to go down another one, another arch, and then a smaller one, just to connect it. Again, one arch, second arch, and then third one. Simple as that. And then you, oh, I forgot. This is alcohol marker. It's not blending. It's not bleeding. That's fun, because I have acrylic markers on the other side. And then you can just fill it in, right? Okay. Okay. So we're going to go do it like this. I'm going to have to cover up parts of my letter I am for my wings, or I can make the wings much smaller. Just going to cover it up. I'm going to use the brush so that I can cover up a larger space at a time. Hi, here we go again, Lay. Every time I would use the brush pen, because it's much thicker and it's flexible, sometimes when I try to fix something, it just keeps getting wider and wider. Keep getting bigger. So I'm just going to go switch over to the 0.6 again. Just like that. Arch, arch, arch. Arch, arch, arch. There. Cover it up. And then for our fillers, what I like to do is I just like to add stars, you know, like simple patterns. Try not to overwhelm yourself with this one, you know, just use like simple patterns like that. Polka dots, plus signs, you know, cross signs. This time I'm just going to add some spiders because they're creepy crawlers too. I'm going to do 4 legs, short, long, bit shorter, and short. We're just going to fill it again inside. And if you want to add a little bit, you know, more tiny spiders, especially this one, so you can fill some areas in here, just like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to connect it like that. I made it too big. I want to make a small one, like a really small one. Just an oval shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And if we want, we can add like a cobweb over on this side. All I like to do is just draw diagonal lines. Just like that. Diagonal or slanted lines. Like this. And then we can add like a letter U or like a wide smile. It's like this. Like that. Some are like swooping. Try to be as, just loose as possible. The whimsy effect to it. It adds some whimsical touch in there. You can make it, as close to one another as if you want. You can have like bigger gaps in between. Your choice. It's nice to add those. And then like what I said, if you want to add like stars, let me use my black first. I'll add some stars in here. See, adding those elements, little tiny elements, what it does is it brings everything together as one. Add some stars in here as well. And then I'm going to add, I want to add a little bit of pattern on the top because I have a cobweb in here. So I'm going to start here first. And I'm just going to add imperfect dots. So we can have like a little bit of pattern going on happening in there. Literally, I'm just dabbing it. Tap, tap, tap. Just like that. I love it. I want to add another star in here. Let's see. And then I want to use the silver metallic for my dots, like little tiny dots. Almost look like stars. Or if you have white, you can use the white, I'm just going to use the tip. See, this one is not as opaque as I would like it to be. But it's also not, especially if you're going to add in a lot, then it's not going to look too busy, if that makes any sense. It's there if you really look at it and pay attention. I doubt you can even see it, but it's just right there. So if you want to use like a white, feel free to use like white markers. Let me grab some white markers so we can see it. Then I'm just going to add a little bit more here and here and there and there and there. You don't have to be too careful with that one. We grab that white. Oh, I have to shake it. I have to shake it. I don't think I have to shake this one. Where's my shake and paint? The shake and paint, the acrylic markers is just the best one to use if you want it. This one will just kind of like, because it's so tiny, it's like a 1.5 bullet tip. But it's there, but it's not as opaque as the shake and paint would be. But so much fun. But there you go, guys. We've learned so many things today. I have neglected this right side, haven't I? Sorry, right side. There. You can see the white in there. But it just looks like tiny stars in the night sky. We have learned so many things. I have learned that I don't necessarily always love the Mod Podge. Yes, it does make the colors. Not the Mod Podge, my gosh. The gesso. Yes, it makes the color pop and makes it brighter, but I don't like the fact that it was lifting the art crayons, We gotta go figure something out in there. I gotta try that again and figure out how to not make it lift the next time. But gosh, thank you so much. I needed this. I needed this today. I had such a wonderful time. When I find my shake and paint, I'm gonna add some dots, you know, to my spider and my bat. I'm gonna add some ice to that later. But this is it, guys. We did it. We did it. We did it. Thank you so much for joining along with me today. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. If you are watching this on replay, please come join us again every Wednesday. Next week, we have a very fun lettering class again. So a brush lettering class, but also we're going to create a very, like a folk art pumpkin. So we're going to make that and we're going to play with some PITT Artist pens next week. If you have any other brush pens like the Albrecht Dürer, please bring that, whatever you would like. But next week, same time, 5 o'clock Central Time. My name is Leigh Bellerolson. I'm also known as Mommy Leigh. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you all so much. Until next week, until next time, stay creative and stay happy. Bye, everyone.